Strength here chooses patience and carries it far.
Calm is never careless, it is deliberate.
Life answers the rain, quietly.
Even thirst listens before it trusts.
Motion here arrives suddenly and leaves just as fast. Survival sometimes means becoming invisible. Control is knowing when not to move. Survival moves lightly, but never blindly.
And again, the land remains steady and watching.
Movement begins softly here, long before it feels like travel. Choice is made here, before any chase begins. Strength doesn't rush, it waits to be needed.
Effort here is quiet, but never small.
Even the tallest must lower themselves to continue. Awareness travels faster than fear.
Sometimes survival is stillness, held just long enough.
Confidence shows itself in ease. Survival chooses the quiet corridors. Calm is shared here, never owned by one alone.
And again, the land remains patient, holding every life.
Power here waits, longer than impatience allows. Presence alone can be protection. Strength multiplies when effort is shared. Trust is tested, one sip at a time.
Stillness can be the fastest escape.
Energy here arrives suddenly and leaves without waste. Command is quiet when it is complete.
Survival moves lightly, but always aware.
And once more, the land holds its breath and continues. Balance here is constant, found between feeding and listening. Speed waits patiently, gathering itself in silence. Some strength reveals itself only when it moves. Direction here is found, dutied, inch by inch.
Abundance is met gently, never all at once.
Energy flashes here, then dissolves back into calm. Survival often chooses stillness over speed. Survival moves lightly, but never blindly. Control is knowing when not to move. and again. The land remains patient, carrying every life forward. Strength here moves slowly, conserving itself for when it matters. Precision begins long before the strike. Calm is not absence of fear. It is control.
Adaptation is written in tiny adjustments.
Even thirst stays alert until trust is earned. Movement spreads here, then dissolves back into order. Survival sometimes means becoming nothing at all. Mastery reveals itself through ease. Survival flows lightly, but never blindly.
And again, the land breathes on, unchanged and alive.
Calm spreads here, because no one stands alone.
Speed is prepared long before it is released.
Endurance carries no urgency, only time.
Progress here never stops. It only slows.
Energy moves through the group, then settles back down.
Trust is always tested, near water. Survival often means stopping completely. Survival flows quietly, but never without awareness.
And again, the land remains steady.
Here, many lives share one rhythm without knowing it.
Intention sharpens long before movement begins. Confidence stands quietly, without display. Precision lives in patience. Even grace must bend to endure. Readiness travels faster than fear. Survival sometimes means becoming nothing at all. Authority does not rush, it observes. Survival flows quietly, but never blindly.
And once more, the land keeps its balance without effort.
Endurance here is unhurried, shaped by time itself. Every sound becomes a map.
Awareness moves first, the body follows.
Life speaks softly, but never stops.
Even power must pause to be sustained.
Motion arrives suddenly, then leaves no trace.
Survival sometimes means holding the moment still.
Readiness lives in quiet focus.
Survival chooses light steps.
Survival chooses light steps.
Balance is learned here, between feeding and watching.
Adaptation happens in moments too small to notice. Every move begins with restraint. Energy flashes, then returns to calm. Order emerges here, without anyone leading. Awareness arrives before movement follows.
And again, the land continues, steady and alive. And again, the land continues, steady and alive.
Authority does not announce itself.
And once more, the land continues, steady and alive.
Progress here is quiet, but always moving. Speed is shaped first by patience. Awareness stands tall, without moving an inch. Even the smallest lives build together.
Trust is shared, sip by sip. Alertness flashes, then fades back into calm.
Survival sometimes means becoming silence. Confidence does not hurry. Survival chooses the quietest paths.
And again, the land holds everything, without hurry.
Routine here is survival, repeated without thought.
Calm is not ease, it is control.
Every moment here has a purpose. Trust is never taken, only tested.
Readiness begins in rest.
Sometimes survival is not being seen. Awareness spreads faster than fear.
Survival glides rather than runs. And once again, the land holds its rhythm.
Many paths cross here, without ever colliding.
Focus sharpens long before the sprint.
In the heart of the wild, endurance is found not in speed, but in stillness and the patient blink of an eye.
Trust is measured, one step at a time. Cooperation builds strength, grain by grain. Awareness ripples, then settles. Stillness can be the safest answer.
Authority rests in awareness. Survival chooses grace when it can.
And again, the land keeps its quiet promise.
Power begins with patience. Survival prefers light steps. Every path begins small.
And again, the land holds its quiet balance.
Here, calm is shared, never owned.
Even need learns caution.
Stillness can be survival.
Awareness moves faster than thought.
Strength stands quietly, without demand.
Confidence does not rush. As the sun lifts over the plains, ancient giants begin their quiet journey, carrying memory in every step.
She moves with patience, every motion measured, every sense tuned to the living land around her.
From this height, the world unfolds gently, each breath taken in calm observation. Side by side, they listen to the land, reading its rhythms in silence. Strength here is quiet, built through routine, shared ground, and time. Stillness can be powerful, a patience sharpened by instinct. Speed rests now, watching, waiting for the right moment to return. Even in haste, there is harmony, a shared instinct guiding every move. From above, the savanna breathes as one vast, connected life.
As day exhales into night, the land holds every story, alive and unbroken.
In every pause, they listen deeply, reading the land for signs only instinct can translate.
Even in rest, the wild never truly sleeps. It only softens its gaze.
Here, life gathers quietly, bound by touch, sound, and memory. Stillness can speak louder than movement, when strength is rooted deep. In a single breath, color lifts from the earth and joins the sky.
Peace here is fragile, balanced on awareness and trust in the herd.
Laughter and silence share the same roots in survival.
As the light fades, the savanna exhales and belonging settles in.
Grace here is measured, deliberate, and grounded in purpose. Small steps still carry purpose, guided by instinct older than memory. Even the quietest breath leaves a mark on this living land. Alertness here is not fear, but respect for what the land can bring.
In movement, they speak a language shaped by time and grace. Community here is built in quiet gestures and shared ground.
Beneath the surface, calm carries an immense, quiet weight. As light shifts, watchfulness deepens, preparing for night's first breath. Vigilance lives even in the smallest heartbeat of the savannah. Their pace is unhurried, shaped by confidence and time. With the setting sun, the land gathers its breath, holding life gently into night. From this height, he listens to the land as much as he watches it.
In quiet coordination, they move as many, thinking as one.
Stillness becomes camouflage when patience runs deep. Patterns flow across the land, written in motion and trust. Curiosity here is cautious, balanced between play and awareness. The earth itself becomes part of his breath, his skin, his story. Precision lives in every step, every pause before the next move.
Where water gathers, calm follows close behind.
Change happens quietly here, one careful moment at a time. As day fades, the savannah settles into a deeper, breathing calm.
Some movements are meant to disappear, leaving only silence behind.
Confidence here is quiet, carried in posture rather than speed.
Their pace stretches time, turning distance into ease. Even the smallest lives listen deeply to the world around them. Movement becomes rhythm when many hearts share the same path. Focus narrows here, finding abundance in small details. Growth begins in closeness, step by careful step.
The stones themselves seem to shelter these quiet lives.
Patience becomes motion when hunger and timing align.
Night arrives softly here, folding the land into quiet continuity.
Not all defenses are loud. Some are simply carried with patience.
Vigilance sharpens the horizon, keeping danger at a respectful distance.
Their journey stretches upward, touching both earth and sky.
Listening becomes sight when the world whispers softly.
Even the smallest labor keeps the world turning forward.
Here, nourishment is found through rhythm and repetition. Their footsteps stitch memory into the fabric of the land.
When darkness arrives, another chapter quietly begins.
When the world quiets, some lives begin to move more clearly. Fear finds little space in a heart shaped by resilience. Their movement feels like time itself, unhurried and wide.
Warmth settles gently, seeping into every small life.
Even strength begins as curiosity, shaped through play.
Every step is chosen carefully, guided by clarity and purpose.
Freedom lives in motion, stretched between earth and air.
Protection can be gentle, built inward rather than outward.
Learning happens on the move, guided by trust and closeness.
In the quiet blue of night, the land continues to breathe.
Some travelers walk the thin line between shadow and moonlight, guided by instinct alone.
Caution here is not fear, but a deep respect for unseen paths.
Speed can be survival, written in brief flashes of motion. Awareness passes through the group like a quiet signal. Power here is patient, waiting for the world to move first. Each step carries weight, earned through calm persistence.
Stillness sharpens every sense when the world stays close. Together, they rise with the land, carrying generations forward.
As darkness settles, purpose sharpens, and the night quietly opens its doors. Grace doesn't rush here. It listens first, then moves.
Connection is built in moments like these, small, patient, and shared.
Curiosity traces the edges of every hidden path. Every step carries the weight of ancient routines. Movement becomes harmony when many trust the same direction.
Strength sometimes waits, letting the world pass first.
Time moves differently for those who carry it with them.
Even brief chaos finds its way back to calm.
Rest is earned here, shaped by long days and longer journeys.
Precision here is quiet, sudden, and complete.
Together, they flow across the land like a steady breath.
Small bodies carry big awareness in a world that never sleeps. Presence alone can define the space around it. When the land quiets, careful travelers begin their work.
Sometimes balance is found by releasing stored energy.
Alertness can ripple through the land in a heartbeat.
As light fades, the land holds everything gently, just a little longer. Every scent tells a story written just moments ago.
Watchfulness lives in even the smallest pause.